What's going on, everybody? Jarrett with Jarrett Rushing Fishing, back again with a new video. Y'all, I took a little ride today. It's raining. I wanted to see, what everything looked like, good and wet. Wanted to see how roads are holding up, things like that. And I brought my GoPro with me because I've had an idea of a video I've wanted to do for a little while, and today seems like a great time to do it. So I'm parked on an old deer lease road right now. I'm going to do this out of the truck. So if you read the title of this video, it is two-way or not two-way, which is a very interesting concept whenever you stop to think about it. From a professional bass fisherman or a tournament bass fisherman standpoint, one of the things that they have to do at every tournament is weigh their fish. I mean, that's just a given. You catch them, you weigh them. However, kind of prelude this and tell y'all why I'm recording this video, and then we'll get into the logistics behind it. Any of you that follow my social media profile know that just a couple weeks ago, my brother and I fished a team tournament out of the Ouachita River in Camden, Arkansas, called the Arkansas Bass Team Trail Rumble on the River. Now, I posted a video once I got home and told everybody that you're going to see a 0 out beside our name, but truthfully, we had 2 fish. We just chose not to weigh them. Now, whenever I posted that, I didn't think anything about it. I had a lot of people, say, hey, it was a tough day. We understand, no big deal. But there was one comment out there that got me to thinking. Now, before I even go any further with this fella that posted the comment wasn't doing it vindictively. It wasn't something where he was pointing a finger and saying you're a bad person. He wanted to start a conversation and ask questions about this. And I thought this is a perfect platform to really discuss it and address this particular situation. But his question was, since you're sponsored, why wouldn't you weigh your fish to represent the company and organizations and everything else that support you throughout the year? And man, that's an awesome topic. It's an awesome point for this entire video series, or this particular video. So I guess let's start with my personal belief. That'd be the easiest way to do it. I am 100% advocate right now that if you are a sponsored individual, if you are a pro staffer wearing merchandise from somebody, or wearing a patch, or as Andrew Upshaw put it, a patch pirate. Now, for those of y'all that don't know Andrew, I'll stop, put a plug in for him. Andrew Upshaw is a Bassmaster Open Series angler, was an FLW pro several years ago, kind of transitioned to the BASS side of things, working his way towards the elites. A really good guy, has a lot of good content on YouTube, so go check him out, Andrew Upshaw Fishing. He posted a video not long ago on why our industry needs patch pirates. And for those of y'all that don't know what a patch pirate is, go look at his video. That's a whole different topic, and I'm not going to get into it on this video. But back to what I was originally saying, if you are a tournament angler, a sponsored angler, fully sponsored, partially sponsored, whatever, if you are a pro staffer, if you are a patch pirate, if you are wearing a logo, then yes, I 100% agree that you owe it to your sponsors to get up on stage, walk across the stage with 1 fish or 5 fish or whatever you've got every single time. However, I do think that there are extenuating circumstances, and we're going to kind of discuss them. Number one is just the opposite of what I just said. If you are funding your own tournament trail by yourself, your fuel, your entry fees, your baits, you're not getting anything from anybody, you're not doing anything like that, it is all coming directly out of pocket, then yes, 100% you have the option to weigh fish or not weigh fish. Nobody can tell you otherwise. Second off, and this is where it gets a little tricky, if you pull up to a ramp and you realize that on a jackpot type of tournament, which a jackpot is simply a one-stop shop, you're fishing for money and that's it. You're not fishing for points, nothing like that. But if you realize that you're going to be out of the money, then I think it's okay not to weigh fish pending this second or this third instance. Now, with that said, you need to make sure 100% that you are going to be out of the money, because I have seen some weird weigh-ins before. I have showed up to weigh-ins with, let's use the We Are the 22 tournament from last year. John Carroll, Mongo Fishing, and I fished a tournament. We had 5 fish that we didn't think would stand a chance to do any good, and we ended up winning the tournament with less than 6 pounds and 5 fish. So I mean, it happens, things happen. But if you know that you're going to be out of the money, and this is the last instance, and holding on to the fish to weigh them will directly affect the fish's health or add a new stress factor to those fish, then I think it is perfectly okay, even as a sponsored angler, to throw those fish back. Now, let me tell you about our Rumble on the River instance. As you've seen in the video, or you will see in the video, I haven't released it yet, but we struggled. We had 2 keeper fish, didn't do very well. We talked to a lot of anglers on the water, and even whenever I was loading the boat up, there were several of my buddies that pulled up next to me. I talked to them and realized that they had better stringers than we did. At the time that we pulled out, we had 2 fish. We kept them in the live well because this was a trailered weigh-in, which means that you drive to the weigh-in location, but we knew that we were going to be sitting at 7th or 8th at absolute best out of 60+ boats. Well, once we loaded the boat up, we kept the fish in the live well, so it's not pumping in new water, it's just recirculating old water, which adds a little bit of oxygen to it, but it's not the same as pumping fresh water in on a constant basis. But the weigh-in site was also a trailered weigh-in about a half a mile from where we were at, in the middle of a town. There was no shade. It was 100+ degrees out there, heat index that is, 91, 92, 93 degree actual air temperature. So what we opted for, because we knew we were going to be a low man on the totem pole, we knew that our fish were being stressed to the max, we opted to turn them loose. Not to mention that whenever we turned out on the main road to get into the weigh-in line, we were already 15 boats deep into the weigh-in line. We just knew that with the people that we had talked to and the amount of boats that were there that were going into the weigh-in line, we didn't stand a chance to get a check. After the dice fell, we were correct. You know, it took 9 pounds to get a check, and we might have had 3 on a good day. So we made the right choice by turning our fish loose. Now, with that said, I also believe right now that if you decide to turn your fish loose, you need to make sure that you do 2 things. If you're sponsored, that is. Number 1 is you need to let your sponsors know that you did it. Be upfront with them. Tell them, hey, I'll fish this tournament. It says 0, but I did turn fish loose. But tell them why. Second off is if you have a social media platform, explain yourself as to why you decided to turn fish loose instead of go to the weigh site and just weigh 1, 2, 3 piddly fish. I promise you that'll do much, much more for you in the long run. So that's my personal opinion as to weigh or not to weigh. Again, if you're not a subscriber to my channel, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. We are still doing a Razor Baits giveaway, a $250 prize pack giveaway, and we are to date right at 105 subscribers from that giveaway. Rules are simple. All you gotta do is subscribe and leave a comment. So I'm gonna ask y'all, by leaving a comment on this video, tell me what your thoughts are on weighing versus not weighing. Did I leave something out? Did I leave another extenuating circumstance out? Did I leave something out that you know in your heart would keep you from weighing fish, or would make you go on stage even if you had 1 fish and you knew that everybody else had limits? I'm curious. Leave that comment. Finally, again, if you hadn't checked out Andrew Upshaw, make sure you go check out Andrew Upshaw Fishing. He's a good fisherman, got great content, and I did reference him, so I got to put him in a plug here as well. Mongo Fishing, another good Arkansas-based angler. He's a good friend of mine. He has some really good content as well, so y'all go check them out as well. But again, I appreciate y'all. I hope this makes sense. And again, let me know what you think. I appreciate it. Y'all keep tuning.